Hey, everybody. Welcome to Fraud Watch Friday, sponsored by AARP Kansas on Facebook. My name's Ed Mickells, and I'm the newest volunteer for the Fraud and Scam Watch team. If you're a frequent viewer of Fraud Watch Fridays, you know that last month Rick Gibson introduced me to the team, and I'm so delighted to be part of it, working with him. Now, if you're a regular Rick Gibson follower and fan, I'm sorry you're not going to see him this month. We're going to alternate months, and you'll see him back next month on October 16th. This time, you're going to just have to live with me. Anyhow, just wanted to take care of some business here. Remind you that if you are subjected to a scam or you're concerned about a scam, you can learn more about fraud and scams, and you can see it scrolling below on the screen here. You can contact www.arp.org/fraudwatchnetwork. If you want to report a scam or talk to someone to find out if you've been scammed, it's great to call the AARP fraud hotline at 877-908-3360. Really nice people on there. They're happy to help you. They're cheerful and sympathetic, so don't hesitate for a second to call them. So anyhow, as I said, we're working with Rick, and we are each taking a slightly different approach to how we're going to talk to you about scams. Rick has been great about outlining the depth and breadth of what's going on and how to respond. My goal is to kind of take you inside a scam and maybe hear a little bit about what it's like to actually be in that situation, what you're going to hear, and how you might be able to respond. First of all, though, there's going to be three different types of scams I want to talk to you about this month. The first one, this is something that's been extremely prevalent in our area. It's been widely reported. You may have seen something about it on your TV. This is the Evergy scam, and this is a page from the Evergy website. It's probably too hard to read, so I would just direct you to go to that when you've got the time and can go at this with a little bit more in-depth view. But just to touch base, what's going on out there right now, one of the biggest things is the clean energy scam. And this is a company that's going to call you on the phone, identify themselves as clean energy or clean energy utility. First of all, you need to know that they are not associated with Evergy in any way, and Evergy is not supporting any of the clean energy initiatives that these people are trying to sell you. So if you get this call, you are probably being scammed, and you need to get off as quickly as you can. Just hang up, and if you want more information or help or feel you've been brought into any type of a rough situation with these folks, contact Evergy and let them know what's going on. Second, now, another kind of scam that's been going on, we've been seeing a lot with Evergy, is the billing scam. And people are calling and representing themselves on the phone as being an Evergy collector. These people are the people contacting you more than likely have nothing to do with Evergy. And the way you can really tell is if they tell you you have to pay today in order to prevent your power from being turned off. They also surprisingly might tell you that you have a refund coming. In each case, they're going to ask you for some information about your bank accounts or means to pay them. You need to ignore this and get off the phone. Secondly, you might also hear from them by email, and they'll be saying the same types of things. You either owe and you need to pay immediately, or your power will be turned off, or secondarily, that you have a refund coming and they will get back to you, send it back to you if you provide them with a bank account number. Please do not respond to these. Evergy says they will never contact you, never send a statement, unless you've requested that you will be receiving statements by email. So unless you've asked for that, you can tell immediately that this is a scam if it's coming your way. Secondarily, if it also tells you you must pay immediately or you will be shut off, that is not Evergy contacting you. They will always notify you and give you time to clear up your account if there's a problem before any actions are taken for shutdown. There's one other thing I want to talk to you about on this slide, and that is the discussion about paying with gift cards. Evergy, here you go, or a prepaid debit card. You'll see this down here in the corner. Evergy will never ask you to pay with a prepaid debit card. That is strictly an indicator that a scam is underway and you need to get off and ignore what's being said to you. Okay, well, that's number one of the ones I wanted to talk about. The second one is one that I think you may have had happen to you and been victimized by and not even know it. I know I have been victimized by it. It's a message that comes over social media, usually, and it's not this specific message that you see here, but messages like this that come over social media, and they look like they're kind of fun, something amusing. You know, can you sleep for 24 hours in a mortuary without lights for $600 million? Well, immediately you're going to respond and say, oh, yeah, of course, you know, that's silly. But you might be inclined to inject a little humor and type back there and say, you know, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, or heck, I'd do it for half that. Or if they'd only do it for $2 million, I'd still be happy to spend the night. I know for a fact that several of my close friends have responded to this particular one. And I've warned them that they got to stay away from this. You'll see it happen in a lot of different ways. Sometimes it's ways to determine your age or to get other information. They may ask you, what was your favorite song the year you graduated from high school? Or what was the mascot for your high school team? These are things that are often tied to security questions that you'll see on a lot of sites. They will capture this information and it can be used against you. But let's take a little bit closer look at this particular one here about the $600 million for spending the night. If you go up, I want you to look up. You can do this on any one of these. You can go up to the corner and you'll see up here that there's a little button and a little icon with the name of who sent this to you. And if you click on that, you're going to see something that looks like this. Let's see if we can get that up here now. The next one. There we go. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Well, guess where this particular email, or I should say social media request is coming from? It's coming from Lagos, Nigeria. Now, I don't know about you, but I know that if I respond to one of these things, I get put into a loop on, and I'm providing the person who's provided this information access to my list of friends. I'm also letting them be available to all the pictures, other information that I've got posted on my Facebook account or my other social media account. They will use this. Now, I'm not going to say that this gentleman that's running this site is running a scam, but I think you got to ask yourself, why is someone in Lagos, Nigeria, concerned about whether or not I'm willing to spend the night in mortuary for $600 million? Clearly, this is clickbait. They're trying to get you to click in, giving them access to your friends, your accounts, and all the information that's on your Facebook page. So please, I'm not telling you not to pay attention to these. I'm not telling you that this is necessarily, there has to be a scam. It could be a legitimate guy developing marketing lists. But personally, for me, that's not the kind of person or the kind of area that I want to see this information going to. So I'll leave it up to you. Not guaranteeing it's a scam, but I will say there's probably a good likelihood that it is. The third one I want to talk about today is one that I think is probably one of the most cynical and nasty types of scams that I have seen come up anywhere. It's really disturbing. And this was sent to me by a friend who had it forwarded to him by his insurance agent. This is something that came up on a text message. And if you'll read along with me, you'll see it says, "Jenny, it's Allie. Hey, the bleeding has stopped, but the doctor called and she can get me in 2 hours sooner at 3 o'clock. Can you make it over to pick me up earlier? If I don't hear from you, I'll count on you coming. Please, I'm really scared. My phone is dying, so I'm going to go next door to Bobby and Sarah's. You can call me there at deleted phone number when you get here. Well, what's going on here? A lot of people would look at this and say, oh my God, this poor young woman, she's bleeding. She thinks her friend's going to come and get her. And this text message, she must have typed it in her distress, typed my number in by mistake. She's expecting her friend to come and get her. I'm a good person. I'm going to contact her and tell her that she got to the wrong person and she needs to try again to get to her friend. I'm told that this scam has been used particularly with success on older women who view this as possibly a young lady having trouble with the pregnancy, and they feel inclined to step in and really help. Unfortunately, they're being victimized. When you call up, you indeed will meet this young lady. She'll talk to you and she'll say, well, I'm feeling a lot better. I think we're okay. My friend is going to be coming and we're all set up. I'm going to go see the doctor, but I'm still pretty upset. Would you mind staying on the phone with me for a little while? Well, most people would say, sure, I can talk to you for a little bit. What's the harm? So she'll ask you your name. She'll tell you more about herself, ask for perhaps where you work, and just gather a little bit of information. And then she'll say, oh, well, I work for a bank in Indonesia, and I sell cryptocurrencies. And boom, at this point, the hard sell kicks in. And you're under a high-pressure sales pitch to buy cryptocurrencies that may or may not be legitimate. So here's someone that's really exploiting the best inclinations of people and shifting it into a high-pressure sales pitch for cryptocurrencies. I think it's, as I said before, one of the most cynical scams I've seen, and I really hope you'll watch out for it. If you get a text like this, just ignore it. More than likely, I would say in 99 out of 100% of the time, this is a scam being set up. So for sure, you want to keep an eye on this. Make sure you don't get involved in it. That's really all I have for today, but I will remind you to look at the information here, scrolling at the bottom of the page on how you can get help from AARP. And I thank you for your time and your attention. You can look forward to seeing Rick next month on October 16th on Fraud Wash Friday. And remember, if you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam. Thanks, everybody.